Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me carefully. What if I told you that 6 months from now, your life could look nothing like it does today? Not by chance, not by luck, not by someone else's favor, but by your decision, your discipline, and your understanding of why you were born. The problem is not time. The problem is how you're using the time you've been given. Every day you wake up, heaven deposits 24 hours into your life account. And you can't save it, you can't transfer it, and you can't refund it. You either use it with purpose or you lose it in distraction. You see, success is not an event. It is a process. And that process must be intentional. You were not designed to drift. You were created to dominate. But without a clear plan, even a powerful engine goes nowhere. Most people don't fail because they're not gifted. They fail because they're not guided. They don't lack potential. They lack a plan to unlock it. You've been praying for a breakthrough, asking for change, but God is waiting on your strategy. Faith is not a substitute for order. Favor follows structure. Vision without a plan is just a fantasy. The next 6 months can either be a season of excuses or a season of execution. The choice: clarify your purpose with precision. That is where everything begins. You cannot transform what you have not first defined. Purpose is not a luxury for the elite. It is the foundation of life itself. It's the reason why you were born, the assignments hidden inside you before time began. Until you identify why you exist, you will spend your days busy but unfulfilled, active but ineffective, moving but never arriving. The first step in a 6-month transformation is not setting goals. It's seeking clarity. Because you can set goals and still aim in the wrong direction. Ask yourself, what burns in my spirit that I can't ignore? What problem was I born to solve? These are not light questions, they are life-defining. In Proverbs 19:21, it says, "Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." You can have plans, but if they are not aligned with purpose, they are powerless. Purpose is what gives your goals weight and your actions meaning. It's not just about what you want to do, it's about what you were created to do. Until you know the why, the what and the how will always be uncertain. Imagine a GPS with no destination entered. It doesn't matter how advanced the system is, you'll go nowhere. Life is the same. Talent, education, even opportunity, none of them matter without direction. You don't need more speed, you need a map. And your purpose is that map. It guides, corrects, and focuses you. Look around. There are people with less talent and fewer resources who are further ahead simply because they know who they are and why they're here. Clarity brings confidence. It silences the noise of comparison. It liberates you from trying to be everything and empowers you to be exactly what you were born to be. So as you begin this 6-month journey, I challenge you to stop asking, what should I do with my life? And start asking, who am I becoming? Because when you answer that, what you must do becomes undeniable. Design a disciplined daily routine. Once you clarify your purpose, the next critical step is to build a life that reflects it day by day. Purpose without structure leads to frustration. You can't pray for transformation and then live by chance. A 6-month success plan demands that your daily schedule be intentional, because the future is hidden in your daily habits. There's a difference between being busy and being productive. Many people move through the day reacting to life instead of ruling it, but you were not made to react, you were made to govern. If your day controls you, your destiny will escape you. So ask yourself, does my current routine reflect the person I'm trying to become? Or does it reinforce the person I'm trying to outgrow? In Luke 16:10, Jesus said, whoever is faithful in little is also faithful in much. That means your destiny is not waiting in some distant moment. It's already present in your daily decisions. Excellence in the small opens doors to the greater. If you can't manage an hour, you're not ready for a breakthrough. If you can't rise early, discipline your thoughts, or complete what you start, how can you handle promotion when it comes? Think of a seed. Its potential is infinite. But without the discipline of planting, watering, and protecting it, it will never become a tree. Your purpose is that seed. Your routine is the soil. Without structure, your greatness dies in potential, but with structure, your life begins to bear fruit. Don't wait to feel inspired. Inspiration is seasonal, but discipline is daily. Champions don't depend on motivation, they depend on structure. Build your mornings with intention. Guard your time like treasure. Cut out the trivial. The enemy of purpose is not failure, it's distraction. And distraction is most dangerous when it comes disguised as something good. This is where real change begins. Not in what you declare at the start of the month, but in what you repeat when no one is watching. So look closely at your schedule. Is it carrying your vision or contradicting it? You don't rise to the level of your potential, you fall to the level of your systems. Eliminate distractions and excuses. Once your routine is aligned with your purpose, the next battle is internal. The war against the things that steal your focus and delay your progress. Distractions are not always obvious. They often come dressed as obligations, good intentions, or even relationships that no longer serve your destiny. And excuses, they are simply lies wrapped in reason. You must decide that your destiny is too important to share space with mediocrity. Every excuse you entertain is a brick in the wall between you and your future. The moment you justify staying where you are, you've forfeited the right to grow. Ask yourself, what have I been tolerating that is quietly sabotaging my future? Who or what have I allowed into my life that keeps me circling the same mountains? In Hebrews 12:1, the scripture urges us to lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. Notice, it doesn't just say sin, it says weight. Some things in your life are not sinful, but they are heavy. They slow you down, they cloud your thinking, they drain your energy. And if you don't drop them, they will delay your destiny. Imagine a sprinter trying to run a race with a backpack full of bricks. No matter how strong or fast they are, the weight will determine their speed. Life is the same. You cannot carry everyone and everything with you into your next season. Some relationships must be redefined, some habits must be broken, some entertainment must be deleted, because what you feed will grow and what you starve will die. Excuses often come dressed as wisdom. I'll wait until the timing is better. I just need to feel ready. But waiting for perfect conditions is the enemy of progress. The truth is, you're not waiting on life. Life is waiting on you. The moment you strip away the distractions and stop defending your limitations, you'll discover that clarity increases, energy returns, and progress accelerates. This 6-month plan demands a decision. Will you protect your potential or continue pacifying your comfort? Align every action with your vision. Once you have clarified your purpose, structured your days, and silenced distractions, The next step is alignment. Vision without alignment is like having a map and ignoring the directions. Every action you take must carry the DNA of your future. If it doesn't move you closer, it's moving you further. There is no neutral in destiny. Your vision must become the filter for every decision. How you spend your time, who you spend it with, what you invest in. These choices either support your vision or sabotage it. Ask yourself, does this choice reflect the person I say I'm becoming? Or is it just a moment of convenience that comes at the cost of my calling? Amos 3:3 asks a profound question. Can two walk together unless they are agreed? Agreement is more than words. It's movement in the same direction. Your actions must agree with your vision. Your habits must agree with your destiny. Your environment must agree with your values. Anything in your life that doesn't agree with your future will eventually pull you out of alignment. Think of a car with wheels out of alignment. Even with a full tank of gas, it will veer off course. No matter how powerful the engine is, if the direction is off, the destination is compromised. Some of us are frustrated not because we lack fuel, but because our lives are pulling in too many directions. Alignment is what keeps purpose on track. This is where sacrifice becomes necessary. You cannot say yes to everything and still be committed to your calling. Some opportunities are distractions in disguise. Some relationships feel comfortable but conflict with where you're going. You have to develop the courage to walk away from what doesn't align, even when it looks good. Because good can be the enemy of God's best. Start measuring your actions, not by how they feel in the moment, but by how they serve your future. This is not about perfection, it's about precision. You're not called to do everything. You're called to do the right things consistently. When vision becomes your standard, clarity becomes your compass, and progress becomes predictable, invest in personal growth relentlessly. Once your actions align with your vision, the next commitment is to grow on purpose every single day. Because you can never lead beyond who you are, and you will never rise higher than your mindset. Success is not something you pursue, it's something you attract by becoming the kind of person who can sustain it. Growth doesn't happen automatically. Time alone doesn't mature you. Only intentional learning does. Ask yourself, am I growing at the same rate as my goals? It's dangerous to pray for influence when your character hasn't been developed to handle it. You don't just need open doors. You need the maturity to stay faithful once you walk through them. In Proverbs 4:7, it says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. Notice the urgency. Get it. Pursue it. Pay the price for it. Don't just settle for inspiration. Seek transformation. Don't just collect quotes. Digest truth. Read, study, stretch. Challenge your own thinking. The quality of your input determines the caliber of your output. Think of a well. If you draw from the same shallow pool every day, eventually it dries up. Your mind and spirit are the same. You can't keep pouring out without pouring in. You must feed the future version of you today. Growth isn't just about learning more, it's about becoming more. And becoming is a process that requires discipline, patience, and humility. You don't need to have it all figured out, but you do need to remain teachable. Pride is the enemy of growth. It will convince you that you've arrived when you've only just begun. Every level of purpose will demand a new level of preparation. Don't ask for elevation if you're not willing to embrace education. This 6-month journey is not just about changing your habits. It's about upgrading your identity. Who are you becoming when no one's watching? Are you the same person in private that you claim to be in public? Growth is the only evidence that your vision is alive. And if you are not growing, you are not going. Track progress and adjust strategically. As you commit to purpose, discipline, eliminating distractions, aligning actions, and growing personally, you must also become a student of your own journey. Transformation is not a set-it-and-forget-it process. It requires constant evaluation, measuring where you are, understanding what's working, and making intentional adjustments. Without this, even the best plans can become lost dreams. Ask yourself, how do I know if I'm moving forward? What proof do I have that my efforts are bearing fruit? Without tracking, you're navigating blind. It's like sailing a ship without a compass or checking the stars. You might be moving, but are you headed to your destination? The 6-month plan is a race of endurance and wisdom. It demands you pay attention, not just to speed, but to direction. In Proverbs 27:23, it says, "Be diligent to know the state of your flocks and attend to your herds." This ancient wisdom is a call to leadership and stewardship over what you've been given, your time, talents, and dreams. If a shepherd doesn't monitor his sheep, they will stray or suffer. Your life requires the same vigilance. Track your progress like a shepherd tending his flock with care, focus, and regular check-ins. Real-life progress isn't always dramatic. It often comes in small shifts and subtle changes. But those small shifts add up. Think of a thermostat in a room. A degree too warm or cold can make all the difference in comfort. Small course corrections can keep you in your purpose's sweet spot. Without them, you risk drifting off course and wasting precious time and energy. Adjustment is not failure, it's wisdom. The strongest trees bend with the wind, but don't break. When you hit obstacles or notice something isn't working, ask, what must I change to stay on track? What habits, mindsets, or strategies need to evolve? This is not about perfection, it's about progress. This 6-month success plan requires that you become both a student and a steward of your own growth, constantly learning from your journey and courageously making the necessary changes. As you embark on this 6-month journey, remember that transformation is a process rooted in purpose, discipline, and intentional growth. Every step you take, every choice you make, and every adjustment along the way brings you closer to the life you were meant to live. Trust the process, stay committed, and believe in the power within you to rise above every challenge. Your future is not a distant dream. It is being shaped by the decisions you make today. Thank you for your willingness to take this bold step toward your destiny. I wish you courage, clarity, and unwavering determination as you transform your life. Good luck, and may your journey be filled with breakthrough and abundant success.